Yeah, y'all know. I actually gotta go pick up my. What's good? Peace reflection.
Peace, what's up? What's going on? What you?
Gonna do this build. I gotta go. Actually, gotta pick up my Babylon family from the airport here in about 2 hours.
Okay. Well, we got 2 hours.
Yeah, we good.
All right. Peace reflections. Peace. Everybody coming into the room.
How was your rest?
Bro, it was one of the best rests I've received in some days, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah?
Like it was really nice. Like I woke up like refreshed. I feel like lighter, before yesterday I felt like a pain going through my arm. But now I don't feel shit. Like I don't feel like stronger, and I feel like more lighter and happier. So that's what's up, man.
That's kind of weird because for like the past 4 days, no bullshit, I've actually been having this pain. Like if I extend my arm out too far, I have this pain. It runs all the way from all the way from my neck. It runs all the way down my bicep, all the way down my forearm, and like through like my thumb, like right where that cut is almost.
Whoa.
But yeah, and it's been on there like 4 days, and it hasn't fucking quit. It's just killing me. That's weird. That's weird that you said that.
That's weird. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's weird that you said that. That was weird.
How you feeling though? How you feeling? It's nighttime there, right?
Yeah. It's 7:30 where I'm at.
7:30.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
So let's build though. Let's build on the dreams though. Peace, everybody in the room.
Peace. All right. I want to start with like the very first dream. After I like started like following carbonation, after I found carbonation, it was crazy. It was actually like, I think it was like October 16th. So I actually woke up and I actually made a video about it so I didn't forget it. So the dream was, I just remember walking in this house, and it was like the house in the Matrix. Like that's really what it reminded me of. Where when he goes in, and, trying to bend the spoon and everything. It was like that. So I walk in the room, and then I walk in the house, and I turn to the left, and then there's like this like dining room. Well, Tron and Reflection, Tron and Pice are in there, and they were like sleeping. And then like they woke up and like, I haven't talked to him at all. Like I've never talked to him. Like at this point, I've never said a word to him. Like I just now found him. And they got like they got up and like dapped me up like they knew me. You know what I mean? And then like we just started like bullshitting or whatever. And then I remember like we were outside just fucking around, and then out of nowhere, like we started getting chased by like weird looking like, I don't know, like abstract kind of like weird shit. I don't know, like abstract monsters. And we had to like run from them. We had like all these obstacles. We had to go like, like it was like an obstacle course to try to get away from them. And I didn't really ever put the symbolism together until recently, with all the shit that's really been kind of going on. You know what I mean? With all the stuff that's been going on. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. And actually, with things, one of the lives, people were kind of in there being disrespectful. I kind of said some lower self shit. Tron was actually the one, that day I went live. I think you were in the room. I went live with Tron, and I, admitted to saying that lower self shit. And so like I was like, damn, like that clicked with me. And then like whenever I said that lower self shit, he was the one who's like, oh shit.
Running from your demons type shit.
It took me back to that dream.
Yeah.
So,
that's something.
That was pretty crazy for real. I was like, what?
Yeah, bro. Like that makes perfect sense. Like plenty of times I've had dreams of the similar nature, you know what I'm saying? And when demons or like forms of some kind of monster looking thing comes into my dream, just like basically a battle, you know what I'm saying? And before I was running away, and once I tried to battle them and all these things, these are the symbols of like These are just, they going ham. These are
Yeah.
symbols of, of like just battling your lower self type shit. Like battling your inner thoughts that's not really healthy for you. One time, I guess I'm just gonna get a bit intimate on this live as well.
No, you're fine.
I had a dream that I was like literally battling like some kind of fantasy type shit. Like I had sword, I had like powers and stuff like that. Battling this demon thing. Like it was like, it looked like a piece of tard. Like literally a piece of a piece of shit. And I was like battling it, and then all of a sudden I gave up because nothing I did worked. Like nothing I did, I was just like trying to like, and I just gave up. And when I gave up, this demon or whatever, not even demon, like this monster or whatever, straight up, and this was what back in the day. Let me just say this: it was back in the day before I get going any further. This demon or whatever like that had sex with me afterwards when I gave up, like literally. And this is when like dreams come into symbolization when you're dealing with a sex demon, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
basically after that dream and that after I gave up and the demon had sex, like straight up had sex with me afterwards, I woke up like. And
Right.
then, like, I possibly, like, a few months later, I went through a spiritual bath. I cleansed myself. And during this spiritual bath, I was able to see the sex demon. And I literally picked it up and tossed it away. And this was just, everything that's going on in the pineal gland, which is connected to your subconscious or whatever like that. So I had to really get rid of my toxic habits when it came down to sex. I had to get rid of my toxic habits, and this is what the dream was telling me. Stop giving my energy to people who are lower than me, than lower vibration that doesn't deserve my body, doesn't deserve my energy, and stop mixing with them because now you're adapting to their energies.
Right.
You get me? So like, yeah, that's the symbolization within that dream. Shit, like it's really, really important to know what these dreams are talking to us about because we can have premonitions, we can have intuitive dreams about these things, and I don't want to keep talking it up a storm. You can jump in whenever you can.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're just building. I want this to be a shared.
Okay.
I actually had to do so. I actually had a similar dream. It was dealing with sex demons. I just went through this period where I would be around a woman, and I would always, it was a constant, it was a pretty often thing, where I'd be around a woman in my dream, and I'd just be lusting for her, and then we would sleep together, and pick up, and I would, sex is supposed to be something beautiful, and you're supposed to feel good after it, if it's a pure exchange, and I would feel like I don't know, dark. I didn't it wasn't really it wasn't right kind of thing. And I didn't really think about it until everybody started kind of doing their confessions lately, and then I started realizing that I had done some fucked up shit in my life to women. I had, and that's just something I can openly admit. That's something I have to admit. That's one of my debilitations. I would talk to multiple women at the same time, and I would constantly, I'd like lie to one and be with the other. Not like in a committed relationship, but I'd be hanging out or hooking up with another woman. And I'd lie or kind of work my way around these women, and I didn't realize what I was truly doing to myself. You know what I mean? So I woke up. You know what I mean? Until I actually woke up, and, and the lights came on. But I was constantly exchanging energy with people that, it was just like it was just like that animalistic instinct in me, that just wanted to feel that exchange with a woman, But I wouldn't, I didn't get to know a lot of the women. I wouldn't really even get to know them. It was just like a hook up and then high and by kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And that was actually one of my biggest things, and that I've had to deal with because just because relationships, period, in my life have just been a big debilitation of mine. And I realized that, you know, I was really lusting after that. It just wasn't right. You know, and that's not how we're supposed to live. You know, women are worth a whole lot more than that, especially the, you know, divine feminine. You know, that's super disrespectful. And, you know, I'm so happy that I finally woke up to the fact that now it's like I have a totally different respect for women in a way that I really want to understand them. Like, I really want to talk to them. I want to understand, like, I want to know their life. I want to know, like, what do you like to do when nobody's looking, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that you're afraid to tell people that you like to do. Like, you know, like, I really want to dive deep. I don't, like, the whole sex thing isn't even, and like, it's not so much important to me anymore. You know, like, when the time, you know, when it's in divine timing, it's okay. But, you know, for the most part, I really want to get to know the divine feminine, because my whole life, you know, I've really never, you know, got to know a woman. You know what I mean? It was always just kind of on the surface, you know. So I actually had to deal with something pretty similar to that.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I'm actually kind of glad you brought that up.
Just flowing, know what I mean? Just building. Another thing I wanted to build on with the dreams, because I had multiple dreams now, and it got to the point where that I had to create a dream journal. That's what the universe was telling me to do, but I haven't written my dream journal in a long time, which I should have been doing. But I want to get into this. First, I want to talk about The Matrix, and that's the movie, right? There was plenty of times, two I can remember right now, that I was placed in similar situations where it was in the Matrix movie, and I didn't even watch the movie yet, and that was the most profound thing ever, because yeah, everybody watched the movie years ago, but I just recently watched it, probably like a year or two ago, like literally. And I remember I had this dream, not even this dream, this is when I was awakening. I was going through a DNA activation, and around this time it was the activation of the light workers, and I didn't know what was going on, because I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling sick at my mind. I wasn't eating. I couldn't eat anything. I had this chronic headache. Like it was just it was wow. And around this time I was fasting as well, so I had to, and also I was gaining a lot of information. So when I was awakening and I was experiencing these symptoms, I thought something was going on. So I had to like lay down or whatever. So I went and laid down. And I literally, like, when I laid down, I astral traveled into this realm that had a train station. And now in this train station, there was many rooms and whatever like that. And I was seeing people in this train station or whatever like that. But I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't get on the train or whatever, but I was there. And I met up with some people and talked to them. And then afterwards, I astral traveled back to my body. And I want to say this because even though it was a dream, I feel like it was astral travel, because I saw myself literally floating back into my body. Like literally, I didn't feel like I saw everything around me. I saw my sister on the floor next to me. I saw my body like this sleep, but I felt myself drifting back into my body, and that shit was the craziest shit ever. And when I got into my body, I woke up like, and my sister's like, and I was like, yo, I literally saw you, but I wasn't awake, but I saw this, and I was like, what's going on? So literally, that was an experience for me. So like, I feel like dreams are actually astral travel, because I've actually went there again, possibly like the next month, that same train station, and like it would look the same way. And it was just that people wasn't there. The people that I talked to before just wasn't there. And I was wondering, like, why do I have the same dream? Unless this dream is not a dream, it's just a place.
Right.
And that in itself was something to think about, and something I had to write down, actually. But That's the Matrix thing that one of the parts of the Matrix that I've experienced. And also, before I watched the Matrix movie, I was in Zion in one of my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I was in this place, and this person was my guide, and she was telling me about this is Zion, and this is, and I'm just looking around. I'm just looking like, why does it look like this? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And basically, I can see like in the sky, I saw angels battling with demons or something. Like it was a gray sky, and I was just like, what's going on here? And it basically is a spiritual warfare going on in this realm. And when I started looking around and seeing people on the street, it was like really dull and gloomy for some reason. I started to disbelieve. Now, let me tell you this: when you start to disbelieve something, that's when you're out of the trance, because it's like you don't believe it, so you can't be in that. But to believe is to be.
Right.
And I was just like, I don't. This is probably just a dream. And as soon as I thought that, because I was getting scared, I was like, where am I? As soon as I thought that, like the whole reality shifted. Like I literally shifted myself out of that place by my thought. And I woke up, and when I saw the movie, I was just like, yo. I was just like, what? This dreams are something to be noted, because who's to say that this isn't the dream?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's facts.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You know, I actually, it wasn't so much a dream, because of this, what you were just talking about reminded me of like my first awakening, but it was, I was 18 years old. I was dating this girl, and I was super in lower self. You know what I mean?
Can you hold that thought?
Yeah.
I apologize. I gotta go use the bathroom.
No,
go ahead.
Peace reflections in the room here. I'll wave at everybody. Peace reflections. Oh shit! You guys see my chair, not me. Yeah, I think I'm covering almost everybody here. Giving out love. I'm giving out love. Your was good, meat. Let's see. So Beck, I see you. Ifuru, if you're still in here, I see you. Tyra, I see you. Peace reflection. David, peace reflection. Just, peace reflection. Yuri, peace reflection. Clear, peace reflection was good. Y'all in here playing boy. Yura, Divine, Elway. We deep. Peace, I see you. Chet. This is Bill with Neytiri for, I actually had a message her earlier today to see if she wanted to do this, because I've actually, I'm telling you, ever since I got this grounding map, my dreams have been crazy. Okay, she's back.
Right.
All right, anyway. So, we had, like I said, I was super in lower self. It just reminded me a lot of it. So, we had taken shrooms. And it was weird. Like, it's crazy because I've listened to Master Chief's, like his experiences and like the realms that he's been in, and I've actually experienced very similar ones. So like everything started kicking in. Everything. I'm gonna try to make it short because it kind of is a long story. But I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. Everything turned a shade of pink, and I was sitting outside in the driveway. And I'm just sitting outside, and it was sprinkling. Well, everything really started kind of kicking in, and it was raining, and it was just sprinkling, like a nice sprinkle though, and everything switched from it wasn't raining up to down, it was going down to up. So I was like in an alternate, like everything was upside down. So like, and I'm still like, I'm still physically awake. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. So I go and I lay down. Well, anyway, next thing I know, my back is up on the ceiling. I'm looking down at my body, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, there ain't no way I'm dead. Like, you know, like there's still stuff on this earth that I gotta do. There's no way that I'm dead. Like, I really, like, there's just no way, you know. And then, like, right after I had that thought, I shot, and everything was black. You know, like I felt like I was just like zooming, you know, zooming through like dimensions or whatever. And then I ended up in like this white room. Everything was just pure white, and I didn't like it. You know, it felt uncomfortable. I didn't really like it, and I just felt like really weird energies. And so, like after I kind of had the thought of I don't like this, I shot again. And then whenever I shot that time, you know, I had ended up in the triple B darkness. You know, and I really experienced that pure divine love that everybody talks about, where it just feels like mother, like, you know, mother just like giving you the biggest hug. And I wanted to stay there, you know, because it just feels so good. Like you feel like you're home, you know, it just feels like home. But you know, like I was there for a little bit, and then like I had another thought, like, okay, well, I gotta go back. Like I can't stay here. Like I still got stuff to do on Earth. Like I can't stay here. So then I shot again. I mean, it's weird because I like you said, you know, it felt like I laid back down in my body, but it also almost felt like whenever I came back into like consciousness with my physical body, it almost felt like at the same time like it was like my pineal gland like lit back up kind of thing. Like it felt like that's what it felt like the source kind of came through whenever I came back, you know. And I just remember trying to like, cling on to sheets and the blankets and stuff, trying to feel physical. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to feel something physical because I had, you know, because I was kind of freaked out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like that's so like that. Your story reminded me of that. But that was my first awakening. And I actually, I'm telling you, if you guys don't have the ability to sleep outside and sleep on the ground, and sleep on the earth at night, get a grounding mat, because every night that I've slept on this grounding mat that I'm actually on right now, I've been almost completely 100% conscious and aware of my dreams. And actually, I want to say not last night, but the night before, I had a dream, and it's just with everything going on, it's like a lot of my dreams come true. A lot of like that's just one of my things. A lot of my dreams come true, and it kind of gets spooky whenever, like, because now it's starting to come true more and more and more and more. You know.
Yeah. Right. Nah.
But, you know, it's just like I think that just the energies in the consciousness that we're all kind of on, all the things that we've kind of been dealing with, has kind of taken a hold of my dreams lately. Like I said, 2 nights ago, I had this dream that I was with Master Chief, but like we were in like an apartment building, and you know, and the ceiling was just leaking. The ceiling was just leaking, and that was a symbol for, you know, just like things are just like we're letting too much lower self, you know, into our, you know, into our consciousness. We're giving it too much attention. You know what I mean? And so like that's what like my dreams have been so real lately. It's been crazy. Mm-hmm. It's been crazy. And then I had this one woman. She actually just told me about her dream, and it was funny. She you know, she told me she had a dream that she was, you know, she had just went and picked oranges, and she was making fresh orange juice and da 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 da. And then she was like, and I was like, well, I was like, well, what's that a symbol for? Because I believe that all dreams can really be symbols for something, you know, because a lot of things go on in your subconscious.
Everything. It's symbol.
Exactly. And, you know, that's why I think it's very important, you know, right when you wake up, to try to remember your dream, because you know, your subconscious is trying to tell you something. And I think it's very important right when you wake up to just kind of sit with self and try to get your dream. And but I was like, well, it probably means you're getting ready to bear new fruits. You know what I mean? And she had hit me up that, you know, she had got some news, and she was bearing new fruit. So it's like so it's like reading. It's really important to be able to. I don't know. My mind's just always been pretty adept to being able to point out, you know, the symbolism in dreams. Mm-hmm. It's been pretty weird. You had any other ones lately that kind of been?
Oh yeah, I literally actually probably yesterday or the day before I woke up to a similar situation that happened in my dream literally before I woke up, and that shit was so dope. I was just like, I I okay, like I'm literally psychic. Like, uh, dreams can actually be like premonitions. Of course, dreams can also be like just stuff that's in your subconscious and just jumbled up into your dream. So that's why people who are recording things into their subconscious mind is recommended. And if they're recording something into their subconscious mind and it's not beneficial to their growth, or it's kind of like on a lower self kind of wave, it's beneficial to before going to the dream realm, before going into your dream state, to meditate for like 15 minutes to clear your mind. So you can go into your dreams on an intuitive tip.
Right.
I'm always praying, and when I say prayer, I mean like just sending out my vibrations, using my words to cast spells or whatever like that. When I pray, I'm always asking for guidance in my dreams. Guide me intuitively, universe, guide me intuitively, angels, ancestors that work through me, all these things. And that's what I always get, like literally. And sometimes I really have to remember my dreams. Sometimes I wake up and I forget, but I feel like, and sometimes I wake up and I remember. That's why it's really good to jot them down as soon as we wake up.
Right.
But yeah, like like I said before, dreams can either be premonitions or the subconscious junk in your trunk.
Right.
And let me see. There was a dream that I wanted to get into, but I feel like something in my heart, like something's on my chest or something. Let me just give me a second for it.
Right.
Just one
Good.
second.
Time. Take your time.
Oh, okay. Okay, one time, I was on the phone with somebody, and this guy was just talking to me, and he said, and I was drifting asleep. I was literally felt like I was like being called, literally, like I was literally going to another, like just drifting off on the phone while I'm on the phone with him. And the last words I heard him say was activate, or something like that. And I said it, activate. I went into the state. Now, this dream, I was in the cosmos. I was on some spaceship, and I entered the spaceship, and everybody knew who I was. They was just like, "Yo, hey, oh, it's good to see you," and I'm just like, and these beings, they didn't look like human beings. They look like some kind of mixed with animals type breed, like you will see on some kind of like a ancient Egyptian type
Right.
in the hieroglyphs. You know what I'm saying? But mixed with animal, like, and the people I was looking at was like mixed with cat. So I was just like, and some other thing, bird and some other thing. I don't remember that clearly how they looked, but they were different color as well. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, do y'all know me? And it was like, yeah, like you remember us? You remember me? And I felt like I didn't know him. Like my energy felt like I know him, but in the moment I was just, I just felt like, whatever. So then, I was looking through all these things in my dream. I saw how a cat turned into a human and then came on the earth plane and all this other stuff. It was just weird. And then I saw them having a TV. They had a TV, right? And this TV was just basically looking at what was going on, just like in the Matrix, like what was going on in this realm. And I'm just like, okay, so they definitely have been watching me. Like they definitely told me they've been watching. And out of nowhere, like literally, I came back into the realm, into the earth realm, and I logged back in, and I felt like it wasn't a dream. I felt like I literally traveled again and met people up wherever on another realm that I already knew. And I feel like this is really important to know, because when we go into these dream states, we're possibly going into another dimensions that we don't even know about. And sometimes these dimensions can be because we're multi-dimensional. So I feel like we can also have the ability to time travel
I agree.
in our dreams. I've literally here since I've been to Thailand, in Kopangan, like I've been literally going places, and I'm just like, I've been here before. And then I remember the dream that I was actually in this space and time. And I was just like, yo. And even as a little girl in Jamaica, when I was living in Jamaica as a little girl, I had a dream about this place in Thailand. And I was just like, whoa, I literally remember being here. Like, I literally traveled here when I was a little girl, and now I remember being here. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be here. And it's been crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, we time travel in our dreams. We travel to different dimensions. So who's to say a dream is not real? Who's to say that this isn't a dream? Who's to say that? And also, we want to get into symbolism. So I'm going to let you build on that, my brother. But, like, who's to say, like, these things that happen in our dreams isn't real? You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I
go ahead.
completely agree. I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, really, this reality is still a dream because really, at the end of the day, we're able to manifest things. You know, it's just different here between like this realm and then like a dream state kind of realm. You know, whenever you're in tune with yourself and you're in like a dream state kind of a realm, you know, you can manifest things pretty quickly. You know, like boom. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
just takes
Facts.
longer. You know, because it's more of a, you know, this is more of like our learning realm. You know what I mean? Our, you know, learning our lessons kind of a realm. Those are just kind of like, you know, hearsay thoughts that we've had, or time travel. It's actually funny that you say that. So a couple of months ago, you know, I was trying to quit. I was smoking cigarettes. I quit, and I had this thing that's called a sword, and it was like a little vape. And I lost it. Couldn't find it. And I remember having this dream that I found it in a driveway. And so, you know, the next day, like just to like kind of almost like half-ass myself out, I went out to my driveway. You know, I was looking in the driveway, and I was looking at my truck, whatever. I didn't find it. Well, it had been Black Friday. My friend, he had, you know, me to go with him to go help him get a bed. And we get back, and I get out of his car, and I don't know why or what came over me, but something told me to look down, and then I looked down, and it was right there in the driveway.
Oh, Nay, look at you.
Yeah, I was like, what the? So, like, I should throw it away, but I was like, that's so cool, though. You know what I mean? My dreams have like really, and it's just like a lot of my dreams because at this point, I really am committed to the Christ conscious, to carbonation. You know, that's my soul family. I really feel at home with them. That's really been a lot. Like almost every night since I've had this mat, I've at least one of my dreams um, has been being with carbonation or through members of carbonation, like that. But you know, I'm not gonna go too much into those. But and then I actually had this my first like real girlfriend. You know, we were together. You know, it was like your first love kind of a thing, and we dated from like my seventh all the way through like my freshman year. Um, but you know, ever since then we just kind of check up on each other once in a while, and it's weird because when one would go to check up on the other one was like, "I was just about to check up on you," kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like now, you know, now she's married, whatever, she has a kid. Well, that same night I just told you about that dream I had with Master Chief when we were in the apartment. I remember being in I had like a second dream with her, and we were in my truck, and I just remember like we were just having a blast. We were just having a blast. Like she was I just remember like I just had this vision of her like laughing so hard that she's like in my lap because she can't hold it in. And then so I'm like, you know, so like in my head I'm like, I should check on her. You know what I mean? And you know, listen, I I get caught up because I get caught up in love. I can get caught up in love, and it's like I know that, you know, if I give it in, it's there. But if I don't, it's not. But you know, so I did. I tried to give her some energy. And go look it up, and she had actually blocked me because I'm guessing that, you know, her husband had found out that, you know, we still check up on each other or whatever. But I was like, damn. So I was like, that's like a symbolism for like, I just, you know, it's what it's done. You know, we had a good, you know, for basically, you know, we had a good time and you know, the connection we had was special while we had it. But you know, it's just time to just let it go, kind of a thing. Oh, she's frozen for me. Oh, she gone. Let's see if we can get her back in here. This is a good build. Let me see here. Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got a call. I apologize. Didn't interrupt your story like that. Now, me, go ahead.
Oh, did you not catch it?
Like,
What
I got some of your story, but like someone called me,
was
so
the last thing you heard? I was just kind of like in my own zone here. I'm not sure where you kind of cut out at.
you was talking about the girl, and you was talking about you got caught up in love. You
Oh
get caught
yeah,
up in love.
you know, I can't
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just Pisces and I have so much. You know, I just my feelings are so strong, and you know they can be a detriment to me. I realized that what that dream was trying to tell me was, you know, because in the morning I had went and tried to go check on her to see how she was doing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she, you know, like I said, had me blocked, and finally, but you know, I took that as, you know, we had a good relationship, and you know, it was a very loving relationship. This period, you know, we were able to detach ourselves from the love at one point and just be friends and just be there for each other. Thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, at this point, you know, I just took that as, you know, after having that dream and then after seeing, you know, that, you know, we can't really talk anymore, that, you know, it's time to let that finally, like, I can finally let that go. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm taking from it, is that I can finally let that part of my life go. Because I really am. I'm transitioning into, like, a whole nother life right now. Like, something, you know,
Right.
totally, my whole life is just, like, I'm like, it's going to be totally different, you know. So, like, my subconscious telling me, okay, it's time to let, you know, these old things go. Time to make room for the new things that the universe wants to give you, kind of a thing.
Facts. Facts.
So,
Wow.
and
So
I think that people tend to look into dreams too hard. I don't know, but it could just be me. I could just be like, you know, I'm just real intuitive, so it might just be easier for me. But it always, I don't know, it's always come pretty simple to me if I've ever, you know, had a dream, how to understand what it's trying to tell me.
mm-hmm.
I've always caught it pretty fast. And it's all, you know, what's funny is always, like you'll have a dream and you're like, and then you'll wake up and you're like, fuck, what was it? And then you'll be doing something, hey, or like some days later, and then you're doing something and you're like, boom, it takes you right back to that dream. You ever had? I'm sure you've had that happen before.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, remember what that dream was now? You know.
Facts.
Peace
Well,
collective. Peace.
say what?
This
Ooh, conscious teachers
yeah,
collective,
yeah,
collective in the building. Peace, everybody in the room. Peace,
yeah,
Christ consciousness. Peace, peace. I love myself. All right, y'all. So, since we're on the subject
yeah.
of dreams and symbolism and love, there was plenty of times that I dreamt about my soulmate
Mm-hmm.
before meeting that person, and I feel like it's so freaking dope how this happens. Heck, Sawadika. Um, so I feel like it's so dope how that happens. When I manifest, like I write it down. I write the what I want, you know, in a soulmate, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like possibly a week or two, or probably in that moment, I dream about the person, how they look, or how they make me feel, right? And because you know, it's not all about the looks; it's all about the
Right.
energy as well. So then, when that happens, it's like wow, like I use that as symbolism that I'm going to meet my soulmate, or a soulmate I'm about to meet is coming. Like when I dream about love, when I dream about like happiness, when I dream about happiness, when I dream about like being in love or I'm in a relationship or whatever, I feel as if that I'm taking that as a symbolism that someone is going to come into my life and give me that same feeling, you know? And I absolutely am shocked of how accurate these things are, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like, you know, whenever you're in a dream and you dream about, you know, you feeling love or feeling happy, I feel like that's on its way to you. Since we're talking about symbolism, and also I also feel like when it comes down to the symbolism in dreams, when like you know, it's good to see something in your dream, like an animal or you know, a certain situation, and research what it actually means, because there's going to be people on the internet that actually have the same type of symbolization in their dreams, because since we're all one and we're all a part of the conscious collective, we're all, you know, just beaming information, being beamed here and all this other things. So I feel as if, you know, it's good to go on the internet and connect to those who've had this same symbolization and see what it means in their dreams, so you can picture out what it so you can picture out what it means in your dream, what it means for you in your life. I had plenty of dreams where, like, I was pregnant, and or somebody was pregnant, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're pregnant, or not you, but like I'm pregnant, or it can mean someone else can be, you know, expecting a life, or you can mean that you can expect a new life in yourself, because not in you, but in you, like you're underway a new life, a new perspective, a new mindset, a new shift. And I've been getting plenty of those. So I was actually thinking I actually was pregnant or something, but nah, it was just telling me that I'm going to experience a new life, basically. But yeah, go ahead. Just wanted to talk about that.
Bring that up. I'm not gonna call her out because I don't. It's still like I don't know.
Oh, thank you. Kapunka.
Don't know Oh, look at you.
Thank you, Kapunka.
That's awesome. Look what you just manifested.
I literally
That's so
was
beautiful.
thinking about
Cool.
this last night.
Awesome.
Last night I was like, I want a green papaya. Oh my God,
that is nuts.
Oh, thanks,
That's cool. Look, that is manifestation, right? Everybody just saw a manifestation right there.
Right here.
That was awesome, man. I actually got chills right now. That was cool.
Especially like when you're just doing your purpose, you're spreading divine wisdom and knowledge given from source. Source is gonna bless you. Like, this is abundance right here.
Right.
This is abundance. Oh,
that's
man.
awesome. That's so cool. I get happy for other people. I really do. Like, I feel their happiness. I'm like, oh.
Now I can make a papaya salad. The reason why I wanted one is because I wanted to make a papaya salad. And I was just like, I can get a green papaya. But I had, look, right here, Anna, we have green papayas right there. But I didn't know if I can take one, or I didn't know if, like, it was ripe already. But that just, I'm thankful. I'm grateful.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, Rick.
That's cool. I'm glad I got to witness that. But it's funny you say that, when I dream about, a feeling with somebody or whatever, something going to come in. Well, a couple days ago, I had, I was on Instagram, and I had found this woman's profile, and I had just been drawn to it for some reason, and I'm a person that if I'm drawn to something, I'm a firm believer. And just following your intuition and following your energy, right when they tell you to do it. There's something behind it. And so I messaged her, but when I saw her, like I got on her page, and I was looking, and the first time I saw her face, like I just had like this feeling come over me, like I knew her, like there was something that there was, something to be explored in, whatever fashion. So, so whenever I feel drawn to somebody, I'm not afraid to reach out to them, because I'm trying to I'm realizing the universe is trying to talk through me, and I understand that some people might not be in tune with themselves or whatever as much as I am. So I'm not afraid to be the one to reach out. So I reached out to her, and come to find out, we actually have a lot in common. She's actually got a dope ass chart. She's like, it's really crazy. She's like all Capricorn, so it's like almost all Capricorn. It's almost all third house, which is communication. And I was like,
Wow.
I feel like with that kind of a programming, you are literally like a portal for messages, like a literal
Literally.
yeah, like a literal portal, like a totally different than a lot of people that can, that do get messages, or, do get intuitions or whatever. But I feel like with that kind of a programming, like it's just a whole other level with that kind of programming. And then I'm a life path 33. And I've honestly, I've met 11s and I've met 22s. I've never met a 33. So then I reached out to her, and she had actually kind of shied away from the consciousness because her Babylon family were kind of getting a little freaked out about it. So she kind of went back, so I reached out to her, and I started talking to her, and we got along really well. And basically what I'm getting to is I was able to talk to her in a way and relate to her in a way that I got her back into it now. Now she's back into it, and now she's seeing everything again, and she's like, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that, and that's another thing. I know we're going on dreams of symbolism, but intuition
Yeah,
is
intuition.
so important, and it's something that we're all born with. It's a birthright, and we get so programmed at points in our life to where we don't, we try to, we get programmed, so we don't even listen to intuition anymore. We're like, no, that can't be right. Like, we try to go back to like the programming logical way of thinking, rather than trying to take the whole, is the universe trying to talk to me kind of a thing. And a lot of people aren't like, and it was weird because I quit my Babylon job. Tomorrow makes the third week. It will be 3 weeks I've been working for the universe full time. But that last day that I was working, I just felt like this heaviness on me. And I was just like, something's not right. Like I've been getting hit with a bunch of like knowledge or just thoughts from the universe just out of nowhere, catching like Akashic record stuff. And I was like, I got to explore this, and so, and I was actually, I was vacuuming at work. I was finished cleaning up, and I pulled out my phone, and and it was 3:33. Right when I looked at my phone, it's 3:33, which is telling you like they're with you, and they're saying like, hey, go for it. Yeah, like we support you. So that day, too often we don't listen to the universe. We just take it as, well, that's just weird. But I finally I took that as a school, and I finally just walked on faith with it. And ever since then, and I suffered from anxiety really bad. I'd always be anxiety or stressed out all the time. And ever since I quit, and ever since I started, giving all my time to myself and trying to reach out to other people and other collections, I have no anxiety. I have no stress. My body has completely balanced itself out for the most part. My brain is moving so much clearer. My thoughts are a whole lot clearer. So I think that's just crazy because, energy flows where attention goes. So I think if you take anything from that you know, communication with the universe is definitely a real thing.
Oh yeah. Can I
Oh
jump
yeah,
in,
go
my
ahead.
brother?
Go ahead.
Before, like, you just really sparked something in me, and the light was shining. I was just receiving all these messages and stuff. Yo, like, literally, when you said, all I remember when you said something, I remember seeing stuff, and now I'm like at a point where I'm thinking like, this is a time. The reason why, you know, you quit your job and you feel more at home, you feel more stress free, and is a call for the information to get out there now, because now is time. Like, I don't know why here time is of the essence. Now I feel like it's a time for us to wake up and connect to what is really important, truly, to nature, to the source, is because, and the reason why you see combination like producing mad videos now. They're like
Yes.
jumping in because it's being programmed in them from, you know, the source,
Mm-hmm.
because
Respect.
now the people in Babylon, it's like it's like something going on, like a war. Like, they push them back.
Right.
You see the videos going against carbonation, people trying to turn them against them, and not see the information, but just focusing on things that people are afraid of. They're using fear tactics
Exactly.
to turn them away from the information. But now oh my gosh, yo, and it's like now it's time for us to connect to what is, and because, you know, okay, so you know how Babylon is set up, and the United States is set up, or wherever Babylon is. Babylon can be anywhere.
Right. Right.
Set up to disconnect you from nature, with shoes and concrete jungles and boxes, and just a lot of technology, smog in the air, chemicals in the air, all these things that's not connecting you to source. But when you move into a whole natural type of living, and especially also the food there, but if you move into a whole natural type of living, you're more connected to source, you're more connected to your intuition. You're now able to tap into the God power, to manifest your reality through beautiful things, connecting to the elements of which we are. And I just got the light code just a while ago as you was talking. Something sparked in me, and I'm channeling this shit like literally, and
I
birds are
can
going
feel. I
crazy.
can feel you.
It's like now is the time they're doing their best. Like, the forces that be is doing their best to push us away from the information that we're producing, that needs to get out, to connect to source, to connect to all that is, connect to the power source, to connect to the sun. Things that this excuse me, I'm just going in.
No,
The
go
things
ahead.
that's
Go. Let it go.
connected,
Let it go.
the things that's connected to Babylon, the things that keeps us away from the sun, is basically keeping us dead. You know what I'm saying? Like walking zombies. You ever seen, now where prime example, I'm not boosting my head up or nothing. I'm just being humble in the best way I can, but I'm using myself as an example. I'm glowing. This is a glow. This is a God glow. And this is a glow that it comes to you when you're surrounded by nature, when you're in the sun and everything like that. Prime example, I have a twin sister. Of course, we look alike, but she's in the United States. And when I just came back from Ecuador, which, you know, has a lot of sun, got a lot of tropical, it's just basically another place that's between the tropics of Cancer and tropics of Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
I came back to the States around that time, and I noticed the difference between me and my sister in skin tone and our energy. Like, she looked a bit dull and everything like that, because, you know, she was, you know, working. She was in a, you know, some kind of she was dealing with a lot of stuff, and and I was out there just being free, just waking up every day, just doing videos, yeah, producing and getting the knowledge out, but just living in my purpose, living freely and relaxing, getting sun, working out, sweating, eating tropical fruits, eating nice healthy things. And I saw the difference. So that's why this information has to get out, because we are saving our people. We're saving the human race, and not just the melanated people or the Caucasians. We're saving the whole human race, because it came from one. And that is why they're doing their best to push the fear, because people's going to stray away from fear, because not much people are going to face it head on like the chosen. You know what I'm saying? But when the chosen faces it on, and they going like, oh, it can be done, you can do this too, that's inspiring the people, and that's inspiring the souls that the chosen were assigned to.
I completely agree with you. I've actually had that exact same thing going on lately, because if you notice, lately there has been a lot of fear and things going on whenever it comes to the knowledge, and we're trying, us trying to get it out. It's like recently, within the last couple of weeks, like it's just been real negative. There's just been a lot of hate coming this way, and like you said, this is a very important time. I completely agree. I've actually been having this thought a lot lately that we're at like right now, like I know like all there is now, but I mean like at this point is a very, 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 very vital time for the ones that are chosen to understand that it was already written this way, that this is supposed to happen, that everything was supposed to happen like this, and that they are trying their best to distract us. They are trying so hard to distract us from what's going on. Now, it's actually funny. Not last night, the night before, I was actually with another reflection, and I had we were just kind of talking. Did you catch the download that Chief did, and he was building with the couple? I don't know. If
I watched that. I watched it.
Okay. You remember like when he like freaked out, like he's like, "Whoa, get it! Like that's my program!" Like, do you remember that part? Like he like slid back in his chair and he's like, "Whoa!" Like I just caught a download. When he's like, "I just caught a download." I don't know if you.
I guess I didn't watch. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I caught pieces of it.
Okay, well, there's just at one point he did. He's like, "I caught this download," because the reflection that he's in the room with, that sparked something in him, and so obviously that was divine in itself, and like so, and I got it, like that's your program, and it's like I got it, and then he started doing the whole thing. Like, I'm not okay. Anyway,
he started going in. Right?
Okay, but this is about to get deep. So I didn't know I wasn't going to bring this up. But I'm going to bring this up because I think this is very important, especially because people are in the room. So I was with another reflection, and I was thinking about all of the things that are just like all of the fear that's trying to be struck in the hearts right now of everybody. And then for some reason I got like this code of everything kind of like going nationwide, but it was for some reason this was directed toward like the United States, like it went like news kind of thing, but then I felt like this overwhelming feeling of like sadness. It's like a mixture between like sadness, understanding, and misunderstanding. It's like just like a crock pot of feelings, and then I automatically I got hit with like another burst of energy, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I was like, "No, literally," I was like, "No, think about it." I was like, "Chief is the Messiah, right?" And I was like, "No, like he literally means this is his program." We only got 2 minutes left. I'm about to, cause I gotta keep on going. So I'm gonna end this live. We're gonna hop back on. I gotta get this out. So everybody, come back in the room. You want to hear this? So all right, I'm gonna end this live real quick. I'm gonna hop right back in. All right. All right. Peace, reflection. I love myself.
I love myself.
Peace, peace. Come on back in. This is about to get wild. It's about to get wild. She said, "Ready." Peace, God. Conscious teacher, I got you. And just actually, let me get back to you on that. I got to get back in with Neytiri. I actually have to leave here. I'm not sure just yet. I got to leave here in about half hour, 45 minutes. I actually have to go pick up my Babylon family from the airport. So I'm going to let Neytiri back in. I'll get back with you. I definitely see you, though. I definitely want to build with you. So that's still going on here.
You said you look high as fuck. I ain't smoked weed in I don't even know how long. Ain't nobody high. Ain't nobody high this way. I'm high on life. Why won't it let me click her name? He said I can dig it. It won't let me. Neytiri, can you send me a request? It's not letting me click on your name. It's not letting me send you a request. Okay. There we go. All right, peace reflections. Come back in, come back in, come back in. I love myself.
All right. So I just felt like this overwhelming, so then I first, whenever he like had like that freak out, like, yo, like I didn't initially get that. But at this point, that feeling I had, like I felt that exact same feeling he had. I did. Whenever I felt that feeling, I literally jumped up out of my seat and like ran around the apartment floor and like fell on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? Because like this, what I'm about to say, just like really made so much sense to me. I was like, and so he's like, that's my program. And I was like, all right. So I was like, no, literally. I was like, this is literally his program. Because everything that's going on that people are looking negatively at are the very things that as a society and as a collective, we struggle with dealing with the most. And all of these things are actually natural. And that makes so much sense as to why it would happen to him, is what I'm saying. That like it's like a whole like it makes so much sense as to why it would happen to him. Like I understood why he felt the way he did, because like, yeah, I'm a firm believer that, before you came into this consciousness, this specific realm on the earth plane, that you had, you had a plan for yourself. You had lessons that you wanted to put yourself through. That way you could empathize and connect with certain people on certain levels to get them to come into their awakening or whatever. And this was for his program. So I was like, this makes so much sense as to why it's happening to him. And like, I was like, there can never be a shadow of a doubt in anybody else anymore if they can truly grasp what I'm trying to say, that he is exactly who he says he is. I don't doubt. I've always just felt it. I can just feel it, and you can see it. And I felt that way, but I'm just super intuitive, and I've always just felt a connection like right off rip.
Right.
But a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people have kind of wavered because of the things that have came out.
But
but it's
Jesus,
so beautiful.
It is. Jesus was looking the same way. People were afraid of him, and people was like following him. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a programming. The Christ consciousness. It's definitely something like I just gotta say. I know I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Do you have
You're
anything
fine. Go ahead. You're fine. That was actually the center of it.
Like just like how Master Chief have the right and the feeling to feel like he is Christ, and the whatever he and all that stuff. Like I've also felt like in my past life, like I was married to the Christ. Like I was literally, I felt like for some reason I was the Mary Magdalene, or I was the Mary, because like I would have these visions of being, one of the leaders with the leader, and I had these visions of being with the person that was crucified, literally, and I was just like, yo, like. And for a long time now, I was feeling like I've been searching for the Jesus. Like I've been searching for whoever this person is, because whoever this person is, or whoever I'm supposed to be with, I was with them in the past life, and we did miraculous things together. We brought back, like, we healed people, we gave the information, we gave the knowledge, and all these other things. And I feel like that's what I'm here to do here. Like, and that's why, excuse me, like, I was so adamant on finding my soulmate, because just like how Chief has reason to believe that he's the Christ, I have reason to believe that I'm supposed to be married to the Christ. I'm supposed to be married to married to somebody who's of Christ conscious, who's of the mission. And like, it's only because of the energy that I have, the energy that's been presented to me, and the visions that have been presented to me. So it's like crazy how these things are coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how things are being synchronized. It's crazy how the Christ consciousness is coming together, like as if the disciples have came together for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And the followers and everything like that. Go ahead, brother.
I have no idea. Like, I am, like, we're on the same waves. I'm like freaking out low key right now, because I've had the exact same feeling, because I felt like in my past life I was with the Christ too, because like I felt like I was like the book of Joshua. Like, I feel like I was that Joshua.
Word.
It's starting to totally make sense, and I'm like, people are gonna call me crazy, but what if we made a Bible about Master Teacher? Like, and have like all of his disciples, like you have like Master, like the book of Tron, the book of Just, the book, like the book of Neytiri.
You
know what I'm saying, though?
That literally could happen, though, because who made the Bible? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
it's the disciples.
You're on the
Yo, I'm like low key freaking out right now that you brought that up, because I felt that way, but like I never come out and said it yet. But like I literally felt that way, like, like I really was, because my whole life, and I'm sure you felt the same way. Like, you just felt like this, like you have like this like this immense
purpose,
or very high expectation to live up to in your life, that you were really going to make, like you were literally going, not just be the change in the world, but you were literally going to be a part, like a very vital part of the awakening of the people.
Right. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're speaking my language. Like,
yo,
and sometimes early in my journey, when this information was brought to me, I'm just like, I was kind of like, why me? Like, I don't know what to do. But I had to just let go and just allow the experience to come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, let go and let God, basically. Let go and let myself guide myself, and let my spiritual team help me on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like literally, I've had, like, feelings, like, I have this whole huge role here. Like, this, and it's not even just a role like just being a commoner or whatever. It's some kind of big grand scheme. You're a part of the grand scheme type shit. And I'm just like, the birds come in and they tell me, the birds come in as confirmation every freaking time. It does not fail. It does not fail, because it's like that's the universe talking to me. Literally, I'm telling you, y'all saw that. You guys saw that. I have nothing to say after that. Like, that is confirmation for me. Like,
we ain't
every
arguing
single
with you.
time. And that bird literally flew past and started doing that shit. Like, I'm not kidding, bro. So that's why when people try to tell me what to do in my life, I'm just like, who are you? Who are you?
Right. Like, do you know who I am?
Like, because you're not guiding me. I'm guiding me. The universe is guiding me. My angels and ancestors that live through me are guiding me. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Whatever looks crazy to you, it might not be the norm for you, but I have to do it. Like, I feel it's in my program, in my being, to carry out the mission, and the missions comes with different missions and people to connect with. So it's like, don't tell me what to do, because it's not up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Okay.
That is facts. Yo, that's wild. I'm feeling the same way, because people people are they're like, don't do it, they're like, people are just trying to get in your head, and it's like who are you? Like, dude, I have a very clear vision on what I like, and I do, I've always felt like I have a very clear vision on how things really should be, for true peace and true balance in the earth, on the earth, or just as a collective as a whole, I've always been very adamant about how I believe it should be. And, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm 100% right, but I'm saying that for the most part, I have a very good understanding of it. And I think that everybody that are really can who are truly, you know, because I believe that, you know, there are people that have the Christ on their name and they're not truly on the Christ conscious. Like they don't, you know, like they really want to be. And it's like, we want them to be, but it's like, it's this chosen few, you know, not everybody's going to make it. Not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to understand it. But the people who do, it's going to be very apparent.
Yeah, it's going to be like second nature.
Yeah, it's not, you know, you're not going to have to question them. It's going to be very clear that, like, they really are part of this and that they are a vital piece to the puzzle.
Facts. Like the reason why I changed my name from Neytiri the Gypsy to Neytiri the Christ is because lately, like literally, I felt like I was shifting like in a whole nother perspective. Like I was already here, like at the I am. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was starting to shift towards a frequency family. And I wanted to really proclaim the kingdom of God because this right here is life. And I want to be able to show that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to experience that and allow my reflections to experience that with me. And I resonated with Tron. I resonated with his message one day when he went live. So that like really was like, I was like, yo, frig what people would think about me, about anything. Because as you know, I have my own brand, I have my own name. But I was like, frig that. Like I'm with the shits, I'm with the knowledge, I'm with the wisdom, I'm with the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be in this space if I didn't have the sparked light coming from Carbonation, coming from Master Chief. So I started to be supportive. I started to be positive about it and start to show my followers as well as other people that this right here is no joke. You know what I'm saying? Literally, and if I tried to joke with it, I'll be shown proved otherwise by the universe. Like literally, if I create an imbalance in myself, but not being with the Christ consciousness, it will show up in my body. It will show up in my reality, which it did, and I learned my lesson. Okay, all right, I learned my lesson. So like now I'm at a point like, yo, this is real, and you saw the download that just happened to me a while ago. This stuff comes from the Christ consciousness. It comes from the state of I am being. This comes from the truth chosen, and it also can come from anybody. But at the same time, are you willing to intend to have that? Are you intending for the divine knowledge to stream through you every day, just like Combination? Are you dedicated to the cause? Like, yeah, okay, you know, I should get a tent. Like, literally, I should get a grounded kit and everything like that. But it all comes in a process. It all comes in due time. I'm doing my best to keep myself grounded by connecting to the source, connected to ground. And the reason why we're able to get these premonitions and become very intuitive is because when we plug ourselves into the ground and get rooted, like with our roots, because, you know, I see my veins in my feet as roots, you know, because they start to spread towards my toes when I plant my feet in the ground, like as if I'm getting connected. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we're able to get these premonitions and we're able to travel, because when we get connected to the source, you know, like, oh my God, it's so much.
Trust me, I got you. I completely understand. It's like once you start on the tangent, it's just like it just goes.
Yeah, it's just like go, 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 go.
Yeah, keep going.
And I had to stop myself.
Run, Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Oh my gosh.
That movie, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie, really good. Like even the sun right now blazing on me right now, it just feels good.
You're actually like you're glowing, like you literally look like a heaven light is just shining on you, like how you are right now. I'm not kidding. I'm just being dead ass serious. This pure light is just like lighting you up. But,
and this is exactly how everybody should be. Everybody should be in
that's
this.
Facts. That's
this
facts.
Is light coming from me. This is the source energy flowing through me, and I'm a divine vessel to give the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? This is just a beam. I am the sun. I'm just beaming myself here, literally beaming myself here. So it's like I want everybody to see this and experience this. Look at my life. Look at my journey, and see the divine wisdom being played out. And no matter what it looks like or what it seems like in the 3D realm and in the lower self-conscious, look at it in a higher, healthy perspective. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm doing this. Who gives a fuck? Like I'm with the consciousness. I'm with the movement. I'm with my frequency family. I'm moving towards a new understanding of life. And everybody should know this understanding of life. Whatever I have to give and what they have to give, everybody should receive and give at the same time. Because also connecting with lower selves also actually sparks light in us as well, because it's like they want questions, they want understanding, they just want to know these things, and we're like, okay, and so when we just sit there and receive their question, we're able to give the answer because we got so much light in us. You know what I'm saying? From the light codes, from connecting to source so much. You know what I'm saying? So who is D Jackson? Peace, love, but I want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've been kind of seeing him talk, but I've really been paying attention. I've been watching you glow.